got the love, she coming through tonight. I try to fuck no move the fight. Let's put our differences to the side. Let's go. You get a nigga like me, don't lie. I got the love, she coming through tonight. I try to fuck no move the fight. Let's put our differences to the side. To the side. I raised you up, don't you lie. I'm not a hustler, I'm out the way. I'm out the way. No bitch, but don't even.
Hey, good evening, and afternoon for those who are in California. Welcome to the channel. This is Best Channel. We have James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. He is here. Be sure to check out the playlist for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. All the videos that we recap on his channel, you guys can find there. And someone emailed me asking, how can I get to that? So that is how you get to it. Anywho, we're going to go over Basketball Wives LA season 11, episode 10. I am praying that episode 10 means that it's almost over, because when we recapped Basketball Wives, the finale and the reunion last year on the last season, that was episode 10. So I'm hoping that this is like over soon, because what the fuck else can they talk about? You know? What else?
I don't know. No one has a story. No one has a storyline outside of Vanessa right now. Nobody really is giving anything except for the stage fights between Clayanna and Jennifer. Nobody's really doing anything. And we're talking about everybody's being extra. Brooke is being extra. Evelyn's being extra. It's like, I just can't with this show. I cannot.
Yeah, Basketball Wives has to figure it out. And Shani, I still want to know why the fuck you need to be at the reunion sitting there. You weren't on the season. We don't care. You contribute nothing outside of production.
Are you serious? Shani sat in the reunion?
Yes, they showed the seating chart. It's going around Instagram. I'll send it to you. She has a seat next to the host. If anything, Shani can't even host the reunion. She's admitted to being biased. I feel like when she admitted that, she should have known to step away as anything outside of production.
Well,
like Mariah Huck, please, Shani, please. Take a step back and leave it there and collect your money, because why are you going to be there? I'm hoping she's not, but we shall see. James.
Yeah, I'm praying she only has like a one episode. This is a 2-part. Oh, she only there for like 10 minutes, and then it runs out in the back and just says on the background. I don't want to see Shani.
Listen,
I do not want to see Shani. I do not care.
I'm with you.
I don't care. I don't want to see her. Like, Shani irritates me for so many different reasons, but she irritates me because I feel like, aside from the whole bias thing, I feel like she just really isn't all that flattering or interesting. Like, I don't know what we don't get anything out of her.
Reality stars have a certain level of lacking professionalism, and Shani does not fully have that. She's not interesting for TV, in my opinion.
No.
That's why I'd be surprised if her wedding special didn't do too good either. Anywho, so getting into the episode, Brooke has Evelyn and Jac'eil over her home, and she's prepping for more events. She's starting her Pain to Purpose with her daughter Kayla. Condolences again to Brooke, her loved ones. It's really unfortunate how her daughter passed, and the fact that she's gone is unfortunate too. But she does mention her ex-husband and says that she is living in the moment and that they are working on being friends. But we also know that she has like a paper left to make the divorce final. But people who want to be divorced sign the paperwork. That's all I'm gonna say. After so long, they sign. So I'm just gonna keep it moving. There wasn't much that we got to that scene, unless James had a.
No, we can keep it moving. No.
So Jackie has Brittany Renner on her podcast, which is interesting. And what Brittany does on the podcast is basically talk about the same shit. And I'm not going to go over it on my channel, because listen, I work too hard. I don't have enough time. And when I do get to these recaps, I don't want to deal with that stupidity. Listen, Brittany Renner, if you don't like fucking reality TV, don't come back next season, or get your own show where you don't have to deal with other people. And I will leave it there. I'm sick of hearing about your difficulties in this group, as you chose to come into this group, as you choose to continue to participate with the ladies in this group, just on your terms. And this show has been on TV since you were a teenager, because me and Brittany Renner are the same age. And yeah, you know what you're getting coming onto this shit. So now that you're getting it, you're upset, and I don't get that. So moving on. Vanessa and her husband are meeting, and they're going to go look at spaces because they have a gym in Arizona. And I noticed I said she, not they, she would like to expand the gyms. He is not thrilled. She wants to expand the gyms in California. He don't want to move to California. And that's common, especially right now. A lot of people who are from California are leaving. People who have moved here end up leaving or homeless on the streets. It's a true thing. Most of the homeless out here ain't even from here. So, it's, I understand people not wanting to come to California. Joe Rogan, UFC guy, he is a good example. Worth so much money. He chose to move to Texas because California is just, it's getting expensive for the rich. So that's how y'all should know the rest of us are suffering. So I understand her husband there. But I'm like, well, why are you looking at spaces in California if you don't want to go there, Isaiah? Like, I feel like there's a lot of toxicity in that relationship as a result of his cheating, is what I'm trying to say.
Because absolutely. I 100% agree with that. I agree with that just because I understood what he was saying, but at the same time, it's not a bad business venture to where, and especially in superficial ass LA, it's not a bad business venture. So I was 50-50. I was 50-50 with it because yes, the startup costs, the housing, and the marketing is going to take a toll on them financially. Yeah. However, it could also work in their favor depending on pricing, depending on location. It may work in their favor because when I tell y'all, I know so many guys in LA that have 5 to 6 gym memberships.
They got a gym for each type of training and shit.
Yes, they got either that or, because one of my friends, I just got off the phone with him, and I was telling him about this one place up in Porter Ranch that he had just come up because he's a realtor, just come here for sale, and I wanted to get his take on comparing housing here in Florida to that, and he was just telling me about renter's insurance, or not housing insurance, and also property taxes and paying get up front. It was a whole conversation. But what he was saying was he has 5 different memberships to gyms because there's not the same gym is not always in the same city that he's in. So if he wants to go to a different gym or in a different city, then he has to choose whatever is there. And also traffic plays a part in that as too.
Oh yeah.
Traffic, yeah, will also keep you in another part of LA. So if there isn't your gym, then you just rotate your Rolodex of keys and scan your card or your phone for that gym. So it could work. It definitely could work. But I feel like because when you think of how they live and them also having a business in Arizona and how she would really be doing this by herself, because obviously, and we'll get to that in a minute, it just seems like it would be a crazy idea for her to do this alone unless they have a business partner.
So yeah, I feel like there's just a lot that's happening with their situation. I don't know. We learned a lot about this marriage in one scene. So after he's looking at real estate while saying he don't want to move to California, we did find out they don't wear their wedding rings. I'm like, okay. And then the fact that they don't wear their wedding rings is strange to me because then she says, we're not wearing them because ever since the situation with the cheating, I haven't put it back. I can't even say it with a straight face. Listen,
nobody can. That's why I'm looking down because I'm like.
Says, then we hear the craziest statement I've ever heard. In order for her to put her wedding ring back on, she says that she wants to renew her vows. You are supposed to renew your vows when you are celebrating milestones or just each other and want to remind each other of things. Some people renew their vows as a way to celebrate moving past something like infidelity and like kind of initiating it as like a fresh start, a do-over. She wants to renew her vows. I feel like for other people, you like the body language, the way they talk.
It's not even the body language. It's the logic behind you want to renew your vows, but you have cameras all over your house watching your husband to make sure he doesn't continuously cheat on you.
You're not in a good place.
Yes, exactly.
He gives me the energy. I feel like Vanessa wants to hear yes from this man on everything, just off the strength because he cheated and she shouldn't have to suffer anymore. And I don't trust that fully. So I don't know. But he said he don't want to renew the vows. So it got worse. It went from like, okay, so you only renew your vows for this reason because it's going to, help you put your wedding ring back on. He doesn't want to renew the vows at all. I don't know what they're doing in their relationship, but to me, there is no relationship. They're together probably just for their kids, and I don't
even think that's a good idea because at the end of the day, it's like, first of all, it's like, Vanessa, are you there? Is anybody home?
The lights are on.
This man is giving you sign after sign after sign that he does not want to be with you. He does not want to commit to you. He does not want to do business ventures with you. What's not clicking?
Child. Vanessa is insecure, I think, and she needs to not be on camera. So I will leave that there because
it's just, we can go on and on about this because there's so much wrong with this situation that
there really is.
Like, I can't even wrap my mind around it. When I was watching this, I was like, I know I didn't just watch what I thought I just watched, y'all. And I'm not trying to be mean. Look, I know I've bagged on Vanessa and them bangs. I know I didn't said all kinds of crazy.
Half them damn bangs, James. Stop playing. Okay, and the bangs are terrible. They're terrible.
Who's past the bangs? I'm not past them.
I'm past the bangs because now I see like your shit stank, Vanessa. Your shit stank. Like that's all I'm gonna say. I can't focus on her hair or her bad skin right now because she does. I don't have perfect skin. I'm here with no makeup, y'all. I don't have perfect skin at all. I listen, I struggle with skin too. I have PCOS. I get it. But all you have to do is play with face washes. When I get a breakout or a face wash stops working, I switch it. I call the doctor. I see the dermatologist, and I believe in CeraVe. Shit work. So I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff on the market that's available. I just feel like Vanessa's focusing on the wrong things. I don't think she deserves the treatment, but I also think that we're past this. It's not just the cheating. The cheating actually, it looks like to me, broke the foundation of your relationship. This man is uninterested and you don't seem to care because you can pull him up on an app on your smartphone and see what he's doing. So we'll leave it there.
I can't with her. I just feel like at this point, ma'am,
she shouldn't come back next season.
Don't come back. Vanessa, don't come back next. Vanessa, can you hear me? Vanessa?
Oh, Lord, he's got the microphone.
Vanessa, please don't come back on camera no more. Please don't come back on this show. If you come back on the show, I better hear about you file for divorce.
That's it. That's all we want.
That's all I want. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk about this man. I don't want to talk about these rumors. I don't want to talk about this cheating. I don't want to talk about none of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you are doing, and you know what's funny? You know what's going through my mind right now is when she was talking about how her and Jackie are like the matriarchs of this because they're real basketball wives. Remember when she said that shit? Jackie, and it's like, fast forward to episode 10, we're now seeing what your union is, and we're like telling you to run because it doesn't.
At least Doug looks happy to be on camera and around Jackie. I'm gonna leave that there. And she's not this. I think this is a part of the reason, regardless of what people think is going on in the marriage, the most important thing with your marriage is to protect the privacy of it.
Yes.
You know, you definitely have to protect the privacy of that. And I feel like Jackie tries to do that with Doug. So I'll leave that there. We see Jennifer meeting with Christian and that damn dog. I just don't get the purpose of having a dog so small. I genuinely, y'all, do not understand why anyone would want a dog that small. What's going to happen if somebody break into your house? What's he going to do? Bite a toe? I don't understand it. I'm sick of this fucking dog. But they talk about their stupid ass YouTube channel, and apparently they have a YouTube channel together, and Yeah, Jen is like, people need to see what it's like to be in a healthy new relationship. Nothing about your 20-something year age difference is healthy. Let's start there, Jen. 2, we really don't, I just don't trust it. You're moving really fast. You're moving faster than kids in high school, dude. Like, even me and my husband, we got married at 19. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We waited 3 years though. Like, Jen is moving faster than kids in high school and in puberty. James is like, so
Because I feel like, as I told y'all, that man must have the stroke game
the stroke
of a
game is
linebacker.
gone.
I mean, when I tell you that man, he must have a stroke game. He must know how to dance better than Casper Smart, because I ain't never seen somebody so strong over a man like this in my life. I'm worried and concerned
And
for
he
Jen.
doesn't seem as like, the sentiment is not returned in a way that is equal. Listen, I'm gonna tell you
Right.
this, James is not lying. For all my ladies and gentlemen who like gentlemen, I'm gonna say this: a good stroke will drive you crazy. Look, listen, it'll drive you crazy. It might, cause some
You know what it
neurotransmitters
is?
loss and
For y'all, because I mean, it's not the same thing. We kind of, it's kind of a one set go kind of situation. There's other things that we would
oh
do
no,
that
I
shit
got a
for.
friend. My friend, he's gay. He's a catering company. I need to post it, but he's promiscuously gay, and he always tells me of his. I
But
don't
it's not. Is
know.
it consistent?
He says
Is it
that. He
is it
literally says
consistent?
that. The
Is it
stroke
consistent?
game.
Like it's one person? No, I'm not saying the stroke game. But I'm talking about for us to look stupid in front of people. Is what I'm saying. Usually, that's not the case. Women see what it is when y'all feel that shit in y'all stomach and shit, and think that, oh my god, that's the shit right there, and you just can't fight that feeling. You hit
He's
that
starting
G
to feel the
spot, and
shit.
y'all
Stomach and
y'all
shit. I'm done with
y'all just
you.
go absolutely crazy, because he probably does it the exact same way, especially if he knows how to do it. Like, oh, you know how when a boat rolls and it's
James,
very like
watch
just
your mouth,
smooth.
James. Shut up, Josiah. My husband's walking by. He's like, let me get out of here. Oh,
Oh shit! Okay, let me shut up. Okay, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what this
I
is.
could
Stop
not.
playing with me.
Wait a minute. All
We
right.
thinking we on the me and her thinking we on the phone, y'all.
We not on the phone. I'm like, wait a second. But what you saying ain't, listen, Jen,
I know I ain't wrong. Yeah, so
my
that's what I'm
note, all I
saying.
see and have to say to Jen's response to our YouTube channel, we do not need to see your healthy new relationship, because you were the last person. Hey, Raymond, you are the last person that I think could demonstrate a healthy relationship. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Welcome, Raymond. By the way, we'll have a song review on Friday, tomorrow. Submit some music. There's a new email to submit music to, by the way. Anywho, but Jen mentions being in front of the camera and her production company, all this stuff. Please stop filming Jen with her men until she's actually married for at least 3 years. Moving on. Brooke has her KMB event. She has her KMB event, and this is for her daughter Kayla, who passed away. I believe it was in a car crash. It was unexpected, devastating, and it honestly devastating condolences to her. So she's trying to do something with that. We see that she has jerseys and property signed by Lil Wayne, Joe Smith, John Sally, and it was basically an auction for charity, and they raised $21,450. Her goal was, I believe, 10,000. So good for
Yes.
you, Brooke. I'm
Good for
not going to
Brooke.
comment
Yes.
on good causes because we want to enjoy the positivity. So good for her, and we shall keep it moving. We then see Vanessa and Jackie go look at a space for a new gym. But to me, it looked like they were looking at an apartment or like.
That's what I was like. That is the
I was like,
smallest
how are you
space.
going to put a
Yeah,
gym
it was
here?
like, okay, do you only want one treadmill, and
One
like, is this just for?
treadmill.
It was like it's just a personal, no, because I know one of my really good friends is a personal trainer, and he
Mhm.
rented out like an industrial. It almost looks like a storage unit. It's not that big, but he has one treadmill, one bench press, and then the weights and all that kind of stuff. But it's set up where he
James,
could do.
this
Hmm?
woman is trying to serve people. Your friend is doing what he's supposed to do. You said he's a personal trainer. The fact that he even has equipment, he doesn't have to do that. So your friend is an upstanding businessman. Jay,
Yes.
this chick has a whole gym.
Shout out to my boy Willie Jones, who does watch you, by the way.
Listen, this is supposed to be a damn basketball gym, kind of like the USFC gym, where you go and there are courts to play and some workout gear so you can warm up and bow out, stretch after all of that. Okay, how is she gonna put that in an apartment in fucking Studio City?
It gives me, yeah, that's the, and let me explain something to y'all. Studio City, I get is next to West Hollywood. I get it's right above Beverly Hills. All right, but still, that is the wrong place. That's like that's like going to Valencia and opening up a gym. Like, you better off doing that than going to Studio City in this crowded place and thinking that's good, because I'm telling you, it's not, the people up there is not like the people. Like, if she was in like Encino, or if she was in Tarzana or something like that, or she was in, or even if she was in Conoco Park, that probably be the better place, because Warner Brothers is right there. So you easily could open it up there, because you're going to get celebrity clientele automatically, because they're going, and there's lots of spaces in that area that are for lease right now. So that's why I'm like, you were better off opening it up there.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all be in such a rush to move to me and James's home state. We don't fucking want nobody or need nobody in California, for one. And then y'all don't even know where to go. And then it just
like,
that's why
it's so crazy. Like, let me explain something to y'all. I'm not trying to give anybody no ideas, but what I'm saying is you have to know your realm of area. I've only lived in LA 6 months. I have not lived in LA long at all. But I lived there long enough to get the opinions of others. If you opening up a barbecue spot, Baldwin Hills off of Crenshaw is right where you need to be. If you're opening up a gym, anywhere near a production studio is where you wanted to be. So whether that's Warner Brothers or if that's Studio 57, whatever you want to be, open it up near a gym. If you want to open up a tanning salon, Orange County is where you need to be. So I am sorry, y'all need to learn LA before y'all just do this. Her idea sounds great, but the problem is she's not looking in the right areas, and this is why this is going to not work, because.
But I want to know why her real estate agent, Miss Jackie Christie, showed her an apartment knowing she was Jackie Christie. There's a difference in California between residential and commercial.
Yes.
And I think it's that way everywhere. But in California, they're like super fucking strict about it. We also have, this is why people don't like having businesses here and big businesses leave, because of the taxes and all the fees and the different permits. That could be one permit and things like that. So Vanessa, you need to hire a business consultant, manager, something to help you through this process.
And also go to other like independently owned fitness centers and get, kind of like an internship to see, get details and get, kind of a prospect. Make sure your licenses are up, because even though Arizona is a little bit more stricter when it comes to licenses of a gym, California, you need to learn about that as well. Like, you need to do all of your research. I really feel like she has not done all of her research. And somebody who watches us, let us know if her gym actually has opened in today's time. You're on mute.
Stupid ass computer. I highly doubt it. I don't think it's open. I mean, your husband doesn't agree with it. It's more so his gym, from what we know. Vanessa, you need to find something to do on your own, or I hope that you've been smart. Listen, I'm a housewife too. You should always have your own accounts. Put some money away. Be smart. If you should, just be smart. Anywho, so she mentions an issue with her husband and referees. While it sounds like he coaches kids, and he caused these kids to lose a championship because if the coaches act the fool, it does impact the team. I don't know. And then he's also non-supportive of their gym expansion. And she says that she's going to call to put in an offer on the property that she saw with Jackie without her husband. You can do that in California. We're a community property state, but they also recognize the individual, ness of.
It's a community property state, meaning that if she gets a divorce, and this is not in her post-nup or prenup, meaning that he gets entitled to the royalties of however much she earns on that gym, because they're legally married.
Yeah. Or retirement. They're gonna take something though.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if she has a prenup or I doubt she does, but I just feel like This is where you get a posting of like, in anybody who lives in California or community property states, which are California, Nevada, Arizona, and Texas. Y'all live in those states. If you open up a business venture, make sure you get a posting up, especially if it's something you started on your own without
I
the
agree.
investment of your
I
without the
agree.
investment of your partner. It's not that it's selfish. It's just that that's something that rightfully belongs to you. If
No,
things go
you
left,
should absolutely speak of all of these things with your partner. And this is probably why so many relationships are not working. Communication really is key. My husband started B3ST Entertainment. I always say if something happens, it pops off, I'll sign a post up and vice versa. I tell him, let me come up rich or become some great, psychologist. You're going to sign a post up and I'll be willing to sign a post up. You got to protect yourself, y'all. You have to protect yourself.
right?
So
Because
we did see Brooke. Oh, yeah, we see Brooke, Jac'eil, and Jen meet at the nail salon. Sorry, I'm looking down at my notes. They ask Brooke about her marriage situation again, and this time she says she's in her comfort zone with him. And this is where we find out she has one paper to make the divorce final. And it sounds like to me she has a trauma bond with her husband because her daughter passed away at the time that they were kicking it. We also find out he was there when that happened. He maintained a relationship with the kids. She was hell-bent on leaving this man because she knew who she was as a woman last season and said that she cannot forgive cheating. A lot of women can't forgive cheating, even the ones who are too afraid to admit it and leave. A lot of fucking women don't forgive cheating, and a lot of men don't because you're being betrayed, and that is natural. But to suddenly get over it just because someone passed away, yes, he's going to support you because you were family. That's what happens when you get married, but that doesn't mean that you can fully trust this person, because what if he cheats?
and that, yeah, exactly. It's like I get stalling for some time until you have a more clear thought because you don't want to make a decision irrationally. Khloe Kardashian did the same thing when Lamar Odom had his overdose. She withdrew her divorce to make sure, one, that he was okay because she was still legally responsible for him. So she made sure he was okay, made sure he got back on his feet and was okay to live on his own before she refiled. Now, if Brooke was coming from that standpoint, then I would be like, yeah, that's fine. Take the time that you need because that's a tough situation to be in. You lose a child. The last thing you want to think about is a divorce because you have to grieve. But I don't know. It just seems like to me, I agree with the trauma bond thing because it seems like she's with him out of the convenience that it's familiar to her versus really going with the instinct of her mind that this man is not doing you any well, so you need to leave. I think that she's blocking all sense of capability of common sense with this.
Yeah, and it's sad, and I get it. After your kid dies, too, you probably, or anyone you love dies, you want to keep as much normal and that you're used to. But
Right.
usually, remember, there's 7 stages of grief, and each stage could take a year, 2 years. So it could change. I wish Brooke would take a break from television and just take some time
I
to
agree.
heal. I
I
really do. Let's see. We are almost nearing the end of the episode. Not too much happened, but so we see Jennifer. I don't even want to call him his name because I feel like he's a clout chaser. Jennifer and her boy toy, they're riding to, an event for the movie. And listen, I'm gonna just say, why the fuck do I need to know about your nigga liking to suck your toes? What's up with that? I don't get that. So I'm weird. I don't really like my feet being touched, even like when I've gone to get massages. I have full body massage. I told that bitch, don't touch my feet. If you're not, don't laugh at me, James. If you are not Esther, okay, or Cindy, those are my nail technicians. Don't touch my fucking feet. Mr. Best does not touch my feet. I don't like him to touch my feet. I don't. Like, he'll rub them if they hurt or something. And then even then, I'm like, please don't. Like, I just don't like that. I'm weird. But he talking about sucking on Jennifer's toes. And why did... I didn't understand it. It was
the goofiness for me. It was like...
It stressed me out.
It was like, Jennifer, are you sure? Are you sure?
This boy...
Because he reminds me so much of Tim. He started to remind me of Tim Norman. He really is starting to remind me of him.
Then reminded me of Tim Norman down to his thickness.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I was like, why do I feel like this is a repeat of Tim Norman? Like, why is he giving me these vibes? I'm just thinking of that episode on Sweetie Pies when Jennifer made her appearance on there.
Worst thing she could have done for her career too. What I will say is they were driving to a meeting for Jennifer to sign a deal to be an executive producer and to star in a production. Why is Christian at this meeting? Why?
Because
I just had business meetings for music or performance meetings, just talking to those people in general. I don't need to be at all those meetings. Like, why is your spouse in your business meeting? Do we have our spouses sitting in at our staff?
He's not even her spouse, which is giving very much. It's very much giving up very much Monique and Sydney Hicks. It's very much giving this, and I am just like, that's what that scene reminded me of, and it was like, Jennifer, I can't with her, y'all. I can't with Jennifer. Like she's gonna have the same sensibility that Dr. Wendy and Nneka have over Housewives of Potomac, where I'm gonna stop talking about her. Yeah, because this shit is like really fucking with my intelligence. Like,
that's what I'm getting to with Jen. Listen, we want her to be happy. She is the Black Paris Hilton and our Black Barbie doll, but I didn't.
I'm not signing up for foolery and fuckery and ridiculousness. I didn't sign up for that. I love Jennifer because she gave me some of the highlights of my early 20s. Basketball Wives was a huge theme back in that time, so I, respect her enough to say, you know what, Jennifer, have at it, but also I'm gonna tell you the truth when I need to tell you, and this shit looks really fucking ridiculous, and I'm not gonna tell you no more. I don't want to hear about him sucking your toes. I don't want to hear about the YouTube channel that he using you for. I'm telling you, she put him on, and what's going to end up happening is he gonna get put on, he gonna be in some shit, and then he gonna leave her to dust, and she ain't gonna have shit. She gonna open up her purse and everything gone. I'm telling you.
Lord. So then we see a scene with Evelyn and her son. Her son's cute and he's grown a lot. That's it. Moving it along. Leave me alone, James. Okay. He was cute. He was a cute little boy.
Oh, he's a handsome little guy. He looks like his dad. He really does. Like he does.
I love the little cute little boy or little baby. I like that. I have baby fever right now a little bit, but like I don't want to put my body through that, and I need to.
I talk all day, every day. She ain't tell me about no goddamn baby fever, and
I'm in denial about it. Anyhow, I would love to have a little son. They're so cute, little boys. They're so much better.
I told you I wanted to say the twins. I've been a little girl.
Twins and triplets run in my family on both sides, and
they run on my grandmother's side. I don't know about my father's side, but I know on my grandmother's side they run in there.
Lord,
because my cousin had twins. She has 2 twin boys. And when I look at them, I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to have such twin boys.
Listen, if I do twins, I need the boy and the girl, and that's it. I don't even really want the girl because then I'll have to deal with my own mouth. Fuck that.
I think because when I think of a little girl, I think of little baby Brooklyn King's daughter and how just adorable she is and how romantic she is. And I feel like I could raise that same thing. I could pull up my little Honda Odyssey.
That way. That's the thing with little girls. Girls always at some point turn evil just for a little bit. It's temporary, but they always turn.
Right, but my kids will be in therapy from the moment they can talk up until they get 18.
The moment they can talk.
Yeah, and then when they get 18, if they decide they don't want to do therapy no more, then that's fine.
I would probably do the same thing. Just
my kids and my mom's like, that's a weird thing to do. I said, no, my kids will be in therapy 1 day a week because I need them to understand their mind. And I feel like I'm not the person to tell them that. I feel like the therapist needs to, help them construct and understand their mind.
That's all cognitive behavioral therapy is. You don't need anything to be wrong. Mm-hmm. It's so that you can be aware of your cognitives.
And I need them to be able to express and explain. And therapy teaches you that. And that's why I wish my mom had me in it earlier than when she had me in it. But the problem is that when the kids are young, they express themselves better when they have practice to do so. And that's what therapy does. Therapy allows them to express themselves. And I need to know what goes on at all times. A lot of kids keep things in, and I don't like that. I think my kids need to know. Say something, do not fear me. You can tell me anything. So that's why they will be in therapy.
Just do it respectfully. All right, see, that's why
I do it respectfully. I don't really care. They can express it however they need to express it because I need it to get out. I don't care how it comes out. It needs to come out.
That's how I know my black ass. That's why I say I'm a wait and fight the fever. But we then see Vanessa discussing her gym with her sister. She finds out. Well, we find out some bullshit. She's not talking to her husband. She has him on a 30-day probation. He is not allowed to speak to her for 30 days. I
didn't see this scene. That's why I didn't see this scene. That's why I
be quiet, man. I cannot.
Explain this again because I missed this scene. I promise you I
did. Shut
Shout out to Naya Green in the chat. Hey, we missed you.
Hi, Naya. Welcome. My husband is acting a fool. He said, I bet you he ain't tripping. Peaceable as hell. He said that's foolishness. Anywho, Vanessa said to her sister, she says she is upset because Isaiah does not want to expand the gym to California. And he also, there's just a lot that he doesn't want. He's cost the kids the game. Basically, because she's not getting her way, she says that he is on a 30-day probation. So he is not allowed to speak to her for 30 days. And she brings this up to her sister because she wants to mention to him that she put an offer in on the gym that's in both of their names and that it was also denied. But she has to wait 30 days because he's on probation. And that's, as she said what the fuck she said. This is why I watch reality TV, because all I'm going to say, shut up. You're not the recapper. He's wildly baffled. I watched this away from, he's like, what? Somebody says that? I might try that. Like, oh, you want to tell me no? 30 days, nigga. We won't speak. Who does that? It's not healthy.
Vanessa, hold on before you move on. Vanessa, because I didn't watch this scene. I was doing it in a place I'm not supposed to be doing this at. But Vanessa, I say this with love, so please do not take offense. But your need to put your husband on a 30-day probation sounds absolutely really fucking ridiculous. And when I tell you, I see how he had opportunity to cheat. If this is what you do, I see how he had opportunity to do it. Because why the fuck would you not talk to him for 30 goddamn days?
How does that work when you live in the same house?
Yes, how does that work?
Like, you sleep
I see exactly how he had opportunity to cheat. You ignore. There ain't no man finna wait no 30 fucking days to, let alone talk to you, but touch it. Ain't no man finna wait for that shit. Like, what the hell?
I'm gonna ask my husband that. Like, will you wait 30 days to have sex? Because I'm mad at you. Like, will you wait? I wonder.
No.
Look, he real quiet now. He's probably saying in his head, hell no.
No. There's absolutely no way. There's no way. If I'm married to you now, if we dating, that's a whole different story. That's fine. But when we talk about married, no.
I know people like to believe that sex ends in marriage. Sex ends in marriages that are not meant to be, if that makes sense, in my opinion. Like 30 days, you should be having sex at least.
The only time I heard a couple not have sex for 30 days, it was actually 60. It was 2 months. I had a friend, she got burnt on getting a wax.
Oh.
Yeah, and the doctor told her, you're
it already hurts.
Yeah, your doctor said you're not gonna be able to have until this heals. Because
I had a stomach surgery, and I couldn't have sex for about 30 days.
Yeah,
it was hard.
No, he said 60. No, he said it was a very bad. It was like a 3rd-degree burn. It was very bad.
From a wax? Who did that to her? I hope she sued.
She did. No, she did.
Yeah,
she did sue. They settled. But the lady had the wax. That shit was boiling. I said, why you let it put her on you? But she said she was, and that's why I said, y'all need to stop being on these goddamn phones and shit, all on social media all the fucking time and not paying attention. Because she didn't realize the lady had the shit in the crock pot.
In the
like a regular crock pot.
No, who puts what?
She had wax cooking in the crock pot. And then she was just scooping and put it in the thing. And then, and my friend was the first client she had for the day. So
it was freshly hot.
It was freshly hot, and she burnt the fuck. And you know, I don't know if everybody understand how a wax goes, but they're supposed to do the top part before they get down to the nether regions. She did it from the nether regions up to the top, and that's how that should happen. Yeah, she did it backwards. I don't know why she did it that way, but yes.
I'm gonna say this to anybody: when your legs are spread wide for anything or anyone under any circumstance, you pay attention to everything. I'm talking. You need to be
right
hand across to make sure there's no dust.
And I'm laughing about it now because when she was explaining the story to me, I was like, so at no point you didn't pay attention, you didn't watch, you didn't say. You didn't look at the crock pot and you didn't think what is in that crock pot and why do you have a crock pot?
Why are you so careless with your coochie?
Yeah, like I don't even get a haircut. I look at I get a haircut. I look at the clippers, all of them.
Absolutely.
I'm like, can you brush that before you put it on my head? Like, I'm that kind of person. So yes, I'm not distracted in any kind of. Yeah, my friend, she was highly distracted. Did not pay attention and let the lady burn the fuck out of her.
Oh, I hope she learned from that. I hate to see what happened with her pap smear. So Nia Green commented and said, "Oh my God, no, not boiling in the crock pot. It's the fact
that whole crock pot.
I like to cook my pot roast and my short ribs in the crock pot. Trust me,
y'all.
Trust me, because
yeah,
But there's pretty big because a roast can fit in it. So I can imagine that lady said, "I'm gonna have all of my wax for the day."
She sure did. She was it was stirred and then put it in a little bowl.
I am so sorry for her because no one's coochie should go through that. This traumatizing moment of silence. Just the 2 seconds. There we go. Anywho, moving it along. We find out also from Vanessa that her husband also don't like, he says, Jackie's friends, because we know Vanessa has a big mouth, so she's probably running and going and telling her husband all the things that she's telling the internet, her private investigator, the other ladies, and everyone else. So Vanessa's just a hot mess. We'll see what happens with that, but I'm concerned that we're just now getting this from her because we're on episode 10. And Basketball Wives generally ends the seasons around episodes 10 to like 15. So it's kind of odd. We then see Clayanna and Brittany meet. And I'm only talking about Clayanna because she's on this fucking show. I can't stand this wench and I want to snatch her up personally and come out retirement and drag that ass. But I'm a changed person now. I've prayed a lot. I've learned some things. And I'm learning now that you can't just like snatch people up. It's not nice. It's not nice. So Clayanna's back and she meets with Brittany. And Brittany says that she cannot... She's still complaining about the dynamic of the group. And my thing with this is all Brittany does is come on TV and complain about the group. But we haven't really learned much about her life, except that she's unable to communicate with her baby daddy. And that's about it. I mean, we haven't really gotten much from her. She just can't seem to let anything go, even though no one's actually done anything directly to her. And they're all still being gracious and kind and inviting her to things. So her complaint is annoying. But I'm going to say this. She says that this group stresses her out. And I'm going to call bullshit Brittany fucking Ritter and your bad wigs. Because how is it that this group stresses you out because you feel like they're drama or they're messy, but then you're confiding in and friends with and still hanging out with Clayanna, who is literally, regardless on how you feel, if she's the source, whose fault it is, Clayanna is a part and at the center of every single piece of drama that has happened on this show this season. She has attacked people in every way that you could think. So
I just couldn't believe she said that. I was like, wait, are we
Clayanna
on
should
the show?
You out.
Yeah, like if anything, she can't keep her hands to herself, her mouth to herself, or her words to herself. So why the fuck would you think that everything else around her stresses you out?
I stand by what I said. I'm still getting likes on that comment I posted to the Basketball Wives page. Send Clayanna to Zeus. I want to see something. Send her to Zeus. Send her to my block. Send her to A9 in Birch in Oakland, California. Send her there. I just want to see her interact with the people there the way she interacts with these women on this show. I hate people who think that because they have a loud bark that I'm automatically going to fear their bite or other people. Clayanna is a classic bully. in my personal opinion. And that's why I couldn't get with her. We expect these women to argue, be catty. We even expect the physical altercation to occur sometimes, but we expect it to come from and stem from stuff that makes sense. Clayanna no one's really done anything to her, and she just keeps.
Not only did no one do anything to her, but it's like no one's also acknowledging her either. And it's like, what do you want to happen here? Like, are you just trying to get a second season? Did you read a manuscript that told you to act a complete fool and show your entire ass to everybody for you to, like, I'm trying to figure it out. I still have yet to figure it out because she does the most. It's like, you don't have to do this. First of all, we still don't know who you attached to. And then we still don't know Shawnee. I need answers. Okay, you know what? No, I'm glad Shawnee gonna be at the reunion. And I hope somebody asks her this. Shawnee, I need answers. Why is she here? If we don't know who is she linked to? I told you I need the roster. I'm sorry.
Dave says he wants somebody hired to hold a board that tells us who each person has been with.
Yep, I need to know, and I want it to be a roster. If it was more than one, I want to know everybody. Just like with Evelyn, I needed to say ex-fiance of Antoine Walker, ex-wife of Chad Ochocinco, ex-fiance of Carl Crawford. I needed to say all that in the line if it's been more than one.
And Levon something because they ain't together apparently.
No, he don't count because he's not famous.
Damn.
He's not.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I like him. I do like him, but he's not famous. So we not. No, leave my brother alone. Leave my.
So basically, the conversation ends that Clayanna and Brittany have together. They both say that the group is toxic. They call the ladies senior citizens, and they say Clayanna says, and she has some nerve. Clayanna says, and I agree, said the shade. Darla, I know. See, James, I'm trying to get better for YouTube, y'all. What my husband say? It's not a recap. It's Amina talking shit with her friend. Lord Jesus. It basically is.
It basically is, because this is us on the phone too. We be doing this all the time.
Lord Jesus, help us. So
until the conversation gets serious, and then we gotta stop.
Yeah, then it ends. We have to have sense too.
Yeah.
But Clayanna basically and Brittany feel like the women should not be acting this way at this age. And I'm like, y'all are doing the exact same shit that they're doing. And you knew about it. So you chose to put yourself in this space. So I'm tired of them. That's pretty much the episode. Brooke did have a brunch for her daughter and students. She was emotionally impacted. I like Brooke a lot. I just feel bad for what happened with her daughter. And I don't feel comfortable. Too much.
I feel bad about what happened with her daughter, but I don't like her. I'm sorry. She's not somebody that I feel like. I don't feel like I would really vibe with her. Like if we were to meet, I don't feel like I would vibe with her. She annoys me.
It's the fake accent.
Reason. Yes, I think that's what it is. It's like, I know you don't talk like this. Come on. You was on season 2 of this LA.
I know. I don't know why she trying to play us, but. You know, Brooke's going through something, so I do wish her healing. But that was the episode of Basketball Wives LA, season 11, episode 10. We are nearing towards the end of the season. We will continue to recap this show. For those who are VH1 fans of our VH1 recaps, we will be recapping on my channel, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Remember, I had said I will not cover that recap if they keep people there who make racial comments, and they didn't. So since they got rid of her, I will continue to recap it. Look at God. They be good all the time. But we are going to head over to my next live, which will also be right here on this channel, as well as we are live on Facebook and Twitch. We're going to go over Basketball Wives Orlando, season 1, episode 10. So I hope to see all you beautiful humans.
Yes, because y'all not going to want to miss this.
Oh, Lord. He's
at
ready.
all.
He's ready.
Y'all ain't going to want to miss this at all. I'm just putting that out there. All right. I'll see you guys.
Adios, you guys. Thank you for tuning in.